I think my wife might be cheating on me with a 17-year-old that she coaches.
Jesus Christ.
But I don't know for sure. What do I do? For some background, my wife is an accountant by day, and in the evenings, she volunteers as a soccer coach for a local youth team. But recently, she's been dropping weird comments that are really starting to concern me. She casually mentioned one of the boys on her team. He's 17. At first, it was like harmless stuff, like he's really talented for his age, or he's a natural leader on the field. But then comments started to get weird, like one night out of nowhere, blank really has pretty eyes. They're so striking.
Uh-oh.
Another time she came home after practice and said, he's so much more athletic than anyone else on the team. It's impressive how developed he is.
Uh-oh.
Again, I tried to shake it off, but my gut started nagging at me. Then there's the fact that she's been getting way more secretive. Lately, she's been turning her screen away from me when she texts or checks messages. I asked her about it and she just laughed it off, saying I was being paranoid.
That's always the first sign.
Yeah.
She's also been staying later and later after practices. At first, she told me it was just because they were prepping for some tournament. But now, even with the tournament over, she's still coming home late. Here's the thing that really has me spiraling. Last week, I came home early from work. I expected to have the house to myself since she was supposed to be at practice. But when I walked in, I found her sitting on the couch, texting someone with a huge smile on her face. When she saw me, she quickly locked her phone and got super flustered. Am I reading too much into this, or is she cheating on me with a 17-year-old? I think my wife might be cheating on me with a 17-year-old that she coaches. What do I do? So here's the update. I took some of your advice and reached out to a lawyer. The last 5 days have been absolute hell. Pretty much everyone who commented was right, and my own suspicions have been confirmed. After talking to my friend, the lawyer, we agreed that I should confront her with my concerns and suggest looking through her phone together just to put some suspicions to rest. When we sat down together, I told her how serious of a situation we could be in and that she must be completely honest with me. When I told her the concerns, she immediately got defensive and started denying everything. She called me a paranoid asshole for even suggesting that she'd be in a relationship with a minor. She said the fact that I would even question something like this means there's probably something wrong with me, and that I must be the one hiding something.
Oh, Uno reverse card.
I suggested that we look through her phone together. She screamed at me for trying to invade her privacy and that I had massively overstepped the line before storming away from me, back to the car and driving to her friend's house to stay for the night. I don't know what she talked about with her friend, but around 3 a.m, I got a really long text from her giving her view of the situation. I really don't think what I have been doing is wrong. It started with me just helping this kid with some extra practice because he was struggling to get the hang of some of the drills. We had been working on it,
I thought she said that he was talented and gifted. Now he's struggling on the skills?
I'm starting to think this pedophile is a liar, too.
I think my wife might be cheating on me with a 17-year-old that she coaches. What do I do? These private sessions were becoming more regular, and after about 3 weeks of extra training sessions, he sent me a friend request to my Instagram. He wasn't the first one of the team to send me a request, and I usually wouldn't accept them, but I was giving this kid private coaching lessons, so I thought that it made more sense.
Why don't you ever just tell your husband you're doing private lessons then?
He started to send me DMs, so I responded because I'm not a total asshole. Okay, maybe the texts aren't about soccer anymore. There's nothing wrong with being friends with a kid.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
Yeah.
You've always been super close with your younger brother, and I've never called you out for being weird.
That's exactly the same thing, actually. That's so the same thing.
His brother's like 25.
The message then proceeded to say how much of an asshole I was for trying to call her out and trapping her in a situation that would always leave her looking bad. She ended the message by telling me that she thinks she'll be able to look past this and forgive me for being a total insecure dickhead, and that if I ever questioned her like this again, she'd be filing for divorce.
This doesn't always work, and it's obviously reductive, but this is a classic scenario. If you swap the gender roles, you would immediately be calling the police.
Yeah. My boyfriend, 28 male, broke both of his legs on purpose. Do I, 30 female, stay? I am name. Have been dating C, 28 male, for over a year. One Tuesday night, he calls me asking if I would like to go to a city an hour away. I asked him why, thinking it might be for work. He then says that he has decided to get leg lengthening surgery.
No way.
And his surgery is tomorrow. I was shocked and asked if he thought this through, and he said he'd been thinking about it for years. However, he's never said a word of it to me. For context, I'm about 5 foot and my boyfriend was around 5'7", so I never felt him to be short. The cosmetic leg lengthening surgery is a several-hour procedure where they break your femurs and place rods and screws that eventually extend the legs and increase your height. He also decided to get the 2-part surgery where you also get the tibias/lower legs broken after a year of healing the upper legs. Overall, he is expected to be around 5'11" after both surgeries.
That's not even tall enough to warrant it, right?
That's what I'm telling you, dude.
You have to be at least like 6'2" after this.
That's what I'm telling you. Everybody,
this is such a painful and arduous, long process to heal.
and then you have bird bones for the rest of your life. Like, you are so prone to re-breaking your legs for the rest of your life.
But if you break them again, they can just put in more rods. Infinite height glitch.
Recovery would take 2 to 3 years. Additionally, since this is an elective cosmetic procedure, insurance does not cover any of it. It turns out, including the $10,000 initial consultation,
What?
the total cost would be around $300,000. He got the surgery the next day, and it's been over a month. He hasn't told his family or parents because he thought they wouldn't approve of his decision and would worry. Every weekend, I take the train up to see him. When I'm there, I am basically his caretaker, doing his laundry, bringing him necessities, helping him get where he needs, etc. Despite the negatives, he has treated me better in the past month than in the past. I'm worried we will have to go back to how it was before the surgery once he recovers.
So he sucks too?
Yeah, well, he still has a short man's ego.
When asking my family about the matter, they encourage me to stay with my boyfriend, saying that the leg lengthening surgery is a great idea and that it will help his professional relationships. He still needs to get his lower legs operated on next year, and there are talks about him possibly getting his arms lengthened because his proportions may look off after this. I am on the fence. I can see us getting married in the future, but I'm not sure how I feel about more surgeries to come.
And the debt. You're already $300K in the hole.
He paid for the surgery all up front and has the funds and career available to pay.
So you don't need to do better in your job. You don't need to get the height surgery to do better in your field if you just have $300,000.
Am I the asshole for insisting my pregnant sister switch bedrooms with me? Throwaway because I don't want it connected to my main. My sister and I, both mid-20s females, I'm a few years older, share a house together. It was our parents' house and we both inherited it after they died. We have equal share/ownership of the house. The house has 4 bedrooms. One is the master room that has an ensuite and walk-in wardrobe. The other 3 just have built-in robes. When we both moved back in after deciding that neither of us wanted to sell, we agreed that she could have the master suite, but the 2 largest of the other bedrooms would both be mine. One as an actual bedroom and the other as a gaming room for me. The last and smallest bedroom is a guest room. Her boyfriend's been living here for a while, and she recently told me that she's pregnant. I'm not particularly looking forward to sharing a house with a screaming baby, but it's her house too, and she has every right to be here and raise her kid. Obviously, the baby will need a bedroom, and I was expecting that to be the guest bedroom. It is the smallest bedroom in the house, but it's still the same size as a standard bedroom. But my sister wouldn't go for that. She's insisting I move my stuff out of my game room so that can be the baby's room. I told her that I'm not moving my stuff into the guest room because that wasn't our agreement. But then she informed me that actually I won't be able to do that either, as she would still need a guest room, especially with the baby coming, as her boyfriend's family will want to visit. So I said, fine, you can have my game room if you move into my room and give me the master room. She started crying and said that as a mother, she's going to need her own space and she deserves the master bedroom. I asked what she expected me to do, and she said I should just suck it up and keep all my crap in my own room. We're at an impasse, and I can't get her to come to a real agreement with me. She keeps calling me a, quote, huge bitch, and says that I should let her have both the master bedroom and my gaming room because she, quote, needs them more. Her boyfriend says I should just deal with it, that because I don't want kids anyways, I should just suck it up. My girlfriend, who also spends a lot of time here, is on my side and says my sister is being a spoiled, entitled little brat. Am I the asshole?
Oh my God.
I'm freaking torn. I'm not going to lie. I'm torn.
I'm not either. So the top comment on this one, Not the asshole about giving up your rooms, but I'm very doubtful this living situation is going to last.
Yeah.
She's doing a slow takeover and it will only get worse, especially if she has more kids. So comments are picking up on this stuff too. Have you ever discussed her buying out your share or honestly just selling and getting your own home? Which, like, I mean, this is a 4-bedroom house.
That's a
and
big home.
I'm sure it appreciated in value. They could both then maybe it might be a downsize, but hey, that's the sacrifice you make
Yeah.
to get your own space.
Sounds like this is a new chapter anyway. Like this is really truly a new chapter for both of them. So yeah, I would definitely consider.
Yeah. The next comment down quotes the other comment. She's doing a slow takeover. And they go, my thoughts as well. But seeing her comment, quote, keep all your crap in your single room, pushing this to the hostile takeover territory. OP, get locks for your rooms. And if buying out or selling is on your mind, bring it to the table.
The lock thing is aggressive, I think.
Yeah.
They'd get in anyway. I mean, take the door off the hinge. You could.
I don't know if you can without opening the door.
Maybe you can't actually.
You could kick it down. I'm like looking at a door in the room.
You're like,
I know.
Like,
Wait.
you could kick
Oh
it
yeah.
down.
I guess you'd have to. What? Wait.
You have to open the door to get access to the hinges.
Oh, I thought. Oh yeah. I guess they are. They're bolted on the inside.
Yeah.
I didn't know that till right now.
Someone quotes OP's original post talking about the sister. She started crying and said that as a mother, she's going to need her own space and she deserves the master bedroom. And they go, is her sister giving birth to a baby or a martyr complex? A lot of my friends are new parents, but none of them have this level of ridiculous entitlement. From what I have seen, being a parent is difficult, but expecting to be rewarded for having sex without a condom is ridiculous.
Oh God. Whoa.
My 25 male girlfriend, 26 female, broke down in tears because I didn't get one item from our grocery list.
What was the item? That's what I need to know.
We were supposed to have supper. Let's say spaghetti with cheese on top. Not really, but I don't want to get too specific. And I didn't get the cheese. Some might say it ruins the whole dish, but some might not care too much if it's there or not. So we were out shopping together, and as we were going down the grocery list, I asked my girlfriend if we want to get the cheese, to which she says no. We finish shopping, go back home, and I start making the dish while she showers. She gets out. I let it simmer for a bit, and I go shower. Once I get out of the shower and I'm about to serve it, she suddenly asks if we bought cheese. I look at her and say we didn't. I say I even asked her if we should get it, and she said no. She says she thought I was asking her about something else. To be fair, what I asked her and what she said she heard is different by one syllable in our language, and both of these things could go together with the dish I made. I assume she did mishear me. At this point, she gets up and says she's not going to eat it. She got some leftovers from the fridge and went to the other room to eat. I figured it's best to let her be alone for a while. So I ate part of what I made for the evening. After some time, I go check on her and she's laying in bed, crying her eyes out. I was taken aback as this was not the reaction I expected at all. I tried talking to her, but she both refused to eat it without cheese and didn't want me to go and get it now. She was extremely upset and still crying a lot. She told me she was very hungry and didn't eat much throughout the day, and now she feels even worse because we went shopping together. Then she waited for me to put the dish together, but in the end, she couldn't even eat it. I know it sucks to not eat much throughout the day, so I kind of understand where she was coming from. I decided that at this point in time, there's not much else I could do but go and get the cheese, which I did. I came back and found her eating some snack that we had left. I asked her if she would like to eat now, that we can heat it up, but she adamantly refused to eat the dish and doesn't want to talk with me either. She earlier said she's going to be sleeping on the couch tonight. If she goes through with it, it remains to be seen. I'm wondering what I could do to try and remedy the situation. Do I just let her be? I'm struggling to fully understand her point of view. As for me, it doesn't matter if a particular ingredient is missing or not. To some extent, I see where she's coming from, but not fully. Any thoughts?
This is so silly.
I have a thought.
This is the silliest thing I've ever heard. How long have they been together? Like 2 months?
You need
like
to comment.
3 weeks?
You need to comment now. It's only 7 hours old. Like, you need to comment like, hey, found this at Two Hot Takes episode coming soon. Check it out. You need to like blast this. Anyways,
This is so
Go on.
silly.
Top comment. The cheese is not the issue here.
Yeah.
But let's get into some of OP's comments. Someone goes, she is pregnant. Not sure if she knows. And OP goes,
That thought did cross my mind.
It did mine too. And OP goes, she is 99% not pregnant. Not safe for work warning. We use condoms. And on top of that, I always pull out and she finishes me off. I know that neither method, especially pulling out, is 100% effective. But when you combine both, the chances are close to zero. I will keep that in mind, but I'm pretty sure she's not.